Hello everyone, this is EGNovo992 and today we are back from the brand new video, and in today's video we are here to welcome the newest signing to the football club on the exact same day as the real football returns, as we obviously play Partick Thistle at 5 PM a little bit later or before or in the past, depending when you're watching today's video. But gamey football involving Rangers and the new signing on the exact same day. What more could you ask for? I mean, I guess I could sit here and go, you know, we are closing in on 50k subscribers, so if you could help the channel out, that would be greatly appreciated. But apart from that, YouTube, that's it. There is nothing else to talk about apart from the newest signing, which is, of course, the Lord. Now, I'm sitting here with a massive smile on my face, not only for the fact that the player that we've brought in to the football club and the attributes that he has for our midfield, which I'll go into more detail with in a couple minutes, but also the fact that this deal is finally done now, because Lundstram to Rangers has been a deal that's been hanging around now for as nearly as long as these grey hairs on the old sideys. We've been looking at this deal now, potential deal for over 12 months. I think that's the first time we actually spoke about John potentially coming to Rangers, and the fact that we've now got the laddie up the road for the campaign and strengthening the midfield that needed to be strengthened this summer for free on a 3-year deal. That right there is sensational business for Rangers, and it's something that we've wanted and prayed for about our football club. The smart deals that tick the boxes for so long, and once again Steven Gerrard and Ross Wilson knocks one straight out of the park, in my opinion. And I said in my opinion there because I know there is some people that's very mixed on this transfer and it's already talking down the signing for Rangers. But what I plan to do in today's video is give you as much information as possible about our new signing to hopefully give you a clearer picture of what we've brought up the road. So let's start off with the old player profile then, shall we? John Lundstram is a 27-year-old box-to-box midfielder who is right-footed and stands at the old 5'11". But if you've seen any pictures of John, or if you've even seen him play a couple of times, you might naturally just get the think of, oh, he's an enforcer type midfielder. You know, he's got a wee bit of timber on him and he likes to get stuck in, because by God does the boy love to get stuck in the middle of the park. The amount of yellow cards that he's received over the last 2 years certainly backs that up. But he's a lot more than just a bully in the middle of the park, and I think you've seen the progression under Sheffield United especially. They've asked a wee bit more of John and transitioned his position from just a CDM and maybe his first season in League One to a wee bit more responsibilities, then a wee bit more responsibilities, because honestly the old moniker of Jack of all trades really fits perfectly in my opinion for John, because he has got a wee bit of everything. You can't just put him in one box and say, right, that's the type of player he is. He's got the physicality to be a bully. He likes to get stuck in, so he can definitely do that. But also he's technical on the football as well. He likes to do his back heels. He likes to do his wee skill moves now and again, and he loves to get forward and gets late runs into the box. And I think when you saw Sheffield United playing at their best, when they played without fear in that first season, John was one of their better, most impressive players, because he was just feeding off that freedom that Sheffield United got. They were piling people, they were getting balls into the box, and his late runs into the box was responsible for about 90 of his goals that he got during his time in the top flight. And you sit back and you look at it and you think of what we ask and require from our midfielders, a box-to-box midfielder that can do the defensive duties but also can go forward and arrive late in the box to put the ball into the back of net. This signing right here ticks a massive box that I think, and I spoke about 5 days ago on this channel, that we needed to add in terms of the old midfield. Now, moving my excitement to one side just very briefly, we will transition into some numbers and stats then, shall we? And I think we'll look at the most recent season first, which was formerly of Sheffield United before his contract expired, playing in the Premier League. And if you paid attention to the Premier League at all last season, you will know Sheffield United wasn't good at all. All that freedom and fearlessness that they had in their first season in the top flight, when everyone wrote them off, when everyone says they weren't going to do anything, was gone, as they spent a wee bit of money, maybe too much money on certain individuals, but it just changed their play style and it just didn't go right at all. And one of the other things that didn't go right for him was the fact that John wouldn't sign a new contract, and that was aired publicly, which was a wee bit unprofessional in my opinion, the amount of times that it was put on him and the spotlight was put on him for not agreeing to a new deal. That was mishandled in my opinion, and I think that friction that was built up from the club trying to publicly put the spotlight on him not signing a new deal maybe caused a wee bit of friction, because he wasn't as consistent in the starting 11. He wasn't as consistently a part of the plans for Sheffield in his most recent season than he was over the last couple of years, as he was kind of out of it a little bit before getting back into the starting 11 and before having a solid enough campaign that still saw him play 32 times in all competitions, scoring twice and picking up 8 yellow cards. The boy loves a slight challenge. But moving away from the most recent season, which was disappointing for player and club, you can't take anything away from the fact that he played such an important part in Sheffield United's journey all the way to 9th in the EPL table, just 2 points behind Arsenal, ladies and gentlemen. He was a massive focal point in that midfield, and he was just as important as anyone in that team on that journey before, again, it went sour when the last season when he didn't want to sign and commit himself further to Sheffield United. But given how they've also went for the rest of the season, you can't really blame the boy. But still, now that his time did come to an end at Sheffield United, he played 120 games in total, scoring 8 goals, grabbing 9 assists, picking up 18 yellow cards and being sent off once. Which again won't jump out at you and make you think, why God, they starts are getting the old plums plumping, but they never really are. If you look at the players who's now very good in our football team, the stats they've had coming in to the football club hasn't made any of us go, holy crap, we have signed in next Zidane. And we've seen what our coaching staff and the way these players have progressed. And I think if you look at someone like Ryan Jack, for instance, the way that he's progressed as a midfielder kind of backs up what we've said about Lundstram, especially over his time at Sheffield United, being more of a pitbull CDM type in his first season, which was very similar to like when we signed Ryan Jack for Aberdeen. People said, oh, he's just going to be a CDM, but over time we've seen him grow and evolve as a midfielder, and that's exactly the same as John, in my opinion. And again, we've been looking at this guy now for the last 14 months at least, and we've seen a lot of good things, some frustrating things, but again, you see a guy who tries to make things happen despite not always support being around them. But before we do finish up the old numbers and stats, let's finish it properly then, shall we, by looking at this in man's entire footballing CV. At the age of 27 years old, he has played 255 games. I like that last 2 digits, although I prefer 56 these days. But in those 255 games, he has scored 14 goals, picking up 21 assists, grabbing 35 yellow cards and been sent off twice. But let's move away from the numbers then, shall we, and get back to the old football conversation. And looking at the old competition for places, this signing for me makes me so damn happy, because we know going into this season that the midfield was going to be the priority. We spent heavily last season on the strikers, and depending on if somebody goes, we may need to spend a wee bit of money there again. But the year before was defence. We knew it was midfield, and this right here is the first bit of midfield news that I'm expecting from the club this summer. And if you look at for competition for places, he is a right centre mid, and right now we have Ryan Jack and Scott Arfield, and that's it. Yes, Joe Rebo plays, yes, Glenn Kamara, but they're left-sided midfielders. You've got Stephen Davis, but he's more of the anchor. We obviously have Namdi Ofabor, who plays more centrally as well. If you're looking for a player out to go right back in, that right centre mid role has just got an upgrade in terms of strength and depth, for Lundstram now in there, thankfully, backing up Ryan Jack and Scotty Arfield. And I like the fact that you can combine them two and you can almost see what type of player Lundstram is, because he's got the defensive awareness that maybe you expect from the Ryan Jack, but you've also got those late runs that you get for Scotty Arfield. And again, I'm not saying if you combine them both you get Lundstram because he's double the better or anything like that. I'm just saying you can see similarities of how those two play combined into the one for Lundstram, and that's why I'm very excited about this signing. And another reason that gets me very excited about this transfer is you've seen what he's been able to do in a team that's very limited, that wasn't going into every game dominating, creating 15, 20 opportunities a game. Sheffield United was going into matches creating 1 or 2 major opportunities a game, people. And if John was on the end of them, great. If he wasn't going to get an eye in the entire day. But that's going to be completely flipped, I should say, as he comes to Rangers now. He will be in a team that will be dominating 99.9% of the games, meaning more opportunities, more chances for him to get into the box, more chances of him getting on the end of wonderful crosses from Barisic and Tavernier. And that's what you've got to remember when you sign a player of this ability from a team that's no go much around them and it's no dominating games. That's going to be completely flipped, and I just think you'll see this guy's influence in the team may take a massive jump, and that's why I'm looking, and that's why I'm having conversations with so many people talking doing this, saying it's underwhelming or anything like that. Give him a few games and a team that's going to be dominating, and then you'll be able to tell if this is going to be an underwhelming signing, because I know it's very, very early and he's not kicked the ball just yet for Rangers. He might again this afternoon versus Partick Thistle if it isn't too early, but I just think that we will be sitting here at the end of the season with the same mindset as we had when we signed Balogun on a free transfer. We'll sit back and go, oh my God, what a move that was. Because if you remember, Balogun came from Wigan, who was struggling and all that point as well, and people were saying, oh, he's going to be crap, that's underwhelming. But then you saw what a player he was and how his attributes worked well with a team that was dominating. I just think John will be the exact same people, and I think we're going to have the exact same feeling and just buzz that we had of Balogun's free transfer last season for John all season long. But I'm going to put my pom-poms away, ladies and gentlemen. As you can be able to tell, I am very, very excited about this signing. I've been excited about this potential signing for so damn long. Now, if it falls apart, fair enough, but to me, I just can't see any negatives. Free transfer, Bowie's in his prime. He doesn't get injured very often. He's very robust. He can do a bit of everything. I can see him slotting right in to our football team, and he's strengthening it. And for me, if you look at it, we've let go of Zungu, who we would have had to pay money for if we wanted to bring in. And we went ahead and brought in someone like John in for a free transfer instead. That's incredible business by Ross Wilson and Rangers Football Club. And again, I'm absolutely buzzing. But aye, that's me, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'll welcome John with the widest of wide arms. I cannot wait to see him pulling on this jersey and seeing one of those trademark long runs, late runs I should say, into the old box. But that's me, Admassey, ladies and gentlemen, on the newest signing at the Football Club. What is your opinion? Make sure you let me know down there in the comment section below. But until next time, until later on tonight when we talk about the friendly, I've been CJ Over 92. Thank you so much for watching. All the best and bye-bye.